And we're going to give it 1 second because I got to see. Make sure we are. Oh, no, we are going. I think we are going. Yes, we are. We are live. Hello, everybody. Hello, all of you beautiful melanated mystics. My name is Hallie Q. Hanna. I am one half of the melanated mystics, and right over there is my better half. Like to call her my cosmically gifted co-creator.
I'm Carrie Myers, aka Self Carrie, your empowerment astrological counselor. So excited to be here to talk about our latest episode of the Melanated
Yes.
Mystics. Yeah.
Yes, we're about to finish up like season one. I'm so excited. So this is the first of three more exciting episodes we have for y'all
Mm.
that are going to round out season one. We're super excited. Carrie, this is one of the this topic for this episode was one of the ones. I mean, I wish y'all knew like how quickly Carrie is always coming up with topics for us. We've got topics that will easily take us into 2025. Don't worry, we got you covered. Every aspect of your new and burgeoning tarot and astrology practice, we have you. We got you. We got you.
Mm,
And we especially got you on this Valentine's Day,
right. This
right?
is all about Valentine's Day for Black, brown women is kind of if you think about it, it's kind of this plague in a way. Because there's this assumption that there's always some drama going on. And we don't see enough Black and brown women like being celebrated this day. And there are lots of us, but we don't see it in the zeitgeist. We don't see it. What's popularized around love and attention and receiving when it comes to Black and brown women is often strife. It's often related with Tyler Perry.
Oh my
it's
God.
often it's often this sister finally got her due, that kind of thing. And we just wanted to highlight, like, one, we are not those women. We have very much enjoy and receive love in our lives, and most Black women do. And so we wanted to talk about to self-esteem, and how having coming from a lineage of people that have been
Mhm.
systematically had our self-esteem drained from us in order to maintain our level on the totem
Mhm.
pole, which is the bottom.
Yep.
um we aren't used to seeing these gestures of affection towards us, and so we don't expect them. And so our episode is all about a self-esteem, and if you expect it, then it comes to you. And we
Mhm.
want to teach all of you through astrology and tarot how to start expecting this to come into your life.
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness. It's so, Carrie, the topic of self-esteem, and I know we talk about it on the episode, it's a ubiquitous term, right? Like
Right.
everyone knows naturally what it means, but I feel so often that we don't have an on-ramp to it, right? Like sometimes even if you grow up in a really healthy, like a really, like a
Right.
really healthy or really loving home, if there's not somebody kind of dedicated to teaching you, no, this is what this is, and it's not enough just to know the definition. We have to be able to access it, right? Like we
Mm.
have to be able to figure out what it is for us and how to mold it, and how to, like how to mold it, how to shape it, and to continue to build it within us. Because I don't know if I've ever said this. I always like to use that analogy of like the piece of marble or the clay, and there's art
Right.
inside there. Like, sometimes the
Mm.
self-esteem, that's kind of, it's part of the tools, right? It's one of the, it's part of the process to help us get to the art of who we are. Um, and how we get there. Like I love that we're having this topic. It's something I swear I wish, and actually I don't even have to wish. In California schools, the kids do a lot of work on mindfulness, knowing the self, how to be quiet, like
Yes.
what good feelings, big feelings, you know, big feelings, hot feelings, cold, like cold
Mm.
feelings. Like they come up with really cool ways to talk about it. Although that's for the new generation. Some of us didn't have that. Like some of us didn't have
Yeah.
that. That was
Yeah.
not a part of the Mississippi school curriculum back in the 80s. So we're gonna help you rewrite it. Carrie, it's Valentine's Day today.
It's
This is one of my
Valentine's Day.
it is my one of my favorites one of my absolute favorite holidays, because to me it's just like an extra day to say I love you. I know there's a lot of, BS around it, and like it's all a marketing ploy. All holidays are marketing ploys, really. I mean,
Absolutely.
every celebration of it. So why not get into this one? And it's an odd Valentine's Day. It's kind of rainy and cold here, but what do we need to know about what's going on astrologically right now?
Well, this is an interesting thing about Valentine's Day because, like you were saying, like Valentine's Day is often considered like it's a corporate beast, right? So there's a lot of people that can just like denounce Valentine's Day and be like, it's just about money. But I love that you talked about how, like, no, it is about love. It's about your relationship to love, your relationship to receiving love and giving love. And we are beings that are full of love. And so in astrology, love is signified by the planet Venus, and
Oh,
the two signs that are ruled by Venus are Libra and Taurus. Okay, they're beauty, they are sensual, they are very much about aesthetics, but also very much about touch, taste, sound. And Libra in particular, being an air sign, it's not an earth sign. It's very much interested in balance and harmony. So all those are that's actually what love is if you think about it. It's not drama, okay? It's balance, it's harmony, it's all the senses being. This is why we give chocolates and sweets, and
yes.
we give each other love letters, that why we send each other good music for,
Mhm,
on Valentine's Day and that kind of thing.
mhm.
So it's your day to receive love. And right now, astrologically, Venus is conjunct or about to be conjunct Mars in the sign of Aquarius, joining Pluto, which is already in Aquarius. So what we're feeling is, yes, love, it's exciting, but it's also ramming up against Mars, which is all about sex and assertion and
Mhm.
aggression. It's fiery and even angry, right? And then there's Pluto, which is the that kind of like, fatal attraction kind of love. Okay. So what it is, it
Yikes.
is exactly. It's kind of a recipe for whirlwind romance type of energy. And I want people to go with it though. Do you know what I'm saying? Because
Mhm.
we're in a place right now where we're just coming back to love, and this is how it's showing up at your door. So go with it. Like, let
Yes.
surrender a little bit. So this is what's going on in our stars now. Just understanding that all these planets are in the sign of Aquarius, though. Okay. Aquarius is what's out there, what's freaky. Okay.
Mhm.
What's kinky, y'all. Okay. So you might be finding yourself in some situations, some new situations with this
Yeah.
opening up to love. And I say go with it as well. This is about breaking the paradigm. How you thought love had to come to you, maybe it's going to show up in another way that you didn't
Yeah.
expect, but go
Yeah.
with it and open up to it. So, yeah.
Yeah. Carrie, is Aquarius something? Is Aquarius an archetype? I mean, I somebody like me, like I have to study archetypes all the time because of the tarot. But is Aquarius something like it would do everyone some good to brush up on?
Brush up
Is
on.
is
Oh,
is
all I heard
would
was
you
brush
say
up
that
on. What did you
Aquarius, an
say?
archetype of Aquarius, because I feel like I'm hearing it constantly from you when I'm doing my own studies. Is it an archetype that
Mhm.
it's worth it for everybody to spend like 10 minutes trying to get into?
Oh, yeah. It's because Aquarius represents what's completely not the status quo,
Mhm,
right? So, what I often say about like people who have Aquarius rising, right? They're usually they're weird ones. They look weird. They look. But if everyone else started looking weird, those Aquarius risings would start looking boring, okay?
mhm.
Because the point is to be different from everybody else, right? So,
Right.
get in tune with the part of you that wants to be different, doesn't want to get on the bandwagon, doesn't want to be like everybody else when it comes to love and
Yeah.
relationships. Yeah. Spend some time. I love that you asked that. Spend some time with the Aquarius archetype, because we're going to be seeing more of it, first of all. Okay. But this is also about opening up to new types of love. So this could even be love from, you see so many people right now with their pets on Instagram, and talking about these kinds of things like, I love my pet. I love my best friend. I
Mhm.
love looking at like
Yeah.
those little kids who are talking about they love their best friend, like on Instagram, things like that. Different types of love.
Yeah. I was just talking to my little scary Scorpio about this, about a new friendship. Like a
Often
new
seen in
friendship.
a lot of Black and brown women's entertainment, but also just exactly a new friendship is also falling in love.
Yeah, I'm so sorry. We had a little lag there. I didn't know. I didn't know you were still talking. I'm so sorry about that, Carrie. And I was talking to my daughter about
It's
it, and I
okay,
remember
no worries.
saying, and I remember saying to her, I was like, you know, that part of a new friendship, like a new girlfriend, like you think she, oh my God, she may be one of my best friends. And I was like, how you have a crush on them, like it's like a little, you know, it's like a little girl
Yes.
crush, like, oh, okay. I'm gonna say, okay, and then we're gonna go, and then we're gonna go do this. Like we're going to a party together. I've never, you know, like I haven't gone to a party in a long time that wasn't just with my husband, right? Or wasn't around my kids' sports. So when you say that, I feel that and I get that. And can I talk about a tarot card that I think represents this a lot? And I think we talked about it. There's two when I think about especially Aquarius. And it's one that's been coming up for you a lot, Carrie. Didn't you tell me that the star card has been stalking you a little bit?
Yes, the star card has been stalking me
Mm.
and I everywhere, everywhere. So tell me about it more because I don't know very much about the star card.
The star card can be used as a literally like a lodestar, like no pun intended, for so many aspects of your wellness and your, you know, like your wellness, your meditation, your health. Try to imagine, if you
Mhm.
will, I'm going to try to describe it to you. um, a naked woman, bending down by a stream of water. She has a vessel of water on her shoulder, and the water is pouring out, right? So even though Aquarius is an air
Mm,
sign, like the water bearer, and she has a
right.
foot, and she has a foot in the water. I talk about this a lot, about how when you see a figure like that with one part of their body on earth and the other part in the water, that is an invitation to us to figure out how do we become that. That's balance. That is living a full whole life here on earth, EARF, right? With like in our physical bodies here doing the things that we as human beings have to do, and the other foot in water, which you know is representative of the element water, and cups, which is about emotion. She is naked, she is vulnerable, she is,
Mhm,
you know, she's got this beautiful water pouring over. There's a tree in the background, there's an ibis or an ibis, I don't know how you say it, but that's this bird, that's nesting in the tree, and that bird symbolizes honesty. So
mm,
honesty, vulnerability, and we see these beautiful stars in the background. And the wonderful thing, the great thing, is that the star means faith, hope,
mm,
renewal. That's why it's almost like we call it a make a wish. You know, like some people say, like, oh, now's a great time to set an intention and make a wish. So there's that card. There's a star card, which is wonderful. It also means coming out of something long and difficult and coming out fresh, clean, and renewed and restored on the other side. I often, when I teach it, I refer to it as the card of the runaway slave, right? Like
right.
running away from this brutality, this, you know, this
Mm,
obscene violence under the cover of night, following the North Star, right? Following the North Star to freedom. So that's one card that can be useful in so many ways. Like literally just look at the card, pick one symbol and decide to talk about that. Like, how does this represent this newness, this differentness, this uniqueness that maybe we should be looking toward for in relationships? And also a big one, a one that has come up anytime I've made a new friend. It came up with you, Gary. And I remember the first time it
mhm.
came up because I was like, but we're supposed to have a business relationship. She's my astrologer. And I'm from down south. And I'm like, you know, I know people don't like when you mix like business with
Mix, yes.
my friend AJ, like, so, and it's a beautiful chalice. Water is flowing out of it like a fountain into a pool with lily pads, which lets you know, like any pool of water that has lily pads on it, it's quiet, it's still, right?
Mm.
And what comes out of the mud, right, of the lily pad, that beautiful lotus. There's a dove dropping like a communion wafer. It's very beautiful, and it's about
Oh, gosh.
new relationships, like that new emotional relationship. So when that card comes up, or if you want to choose it yourself and do an intention pull, or you just want to do a study, or you seeing coming up, or you see it coming up, think of those things that, you know, that Carrie just spoke about and I just spoke about. These are beautiful, beautiful ways for you again to know yourself, learn yourself. That's the
Right.
reason Carrie and I are doing this. You know, tarot and astrology is for you. It's personal. It's your practice to learn more about you. And so those are the two that I wanted to speak on that.
I love that. And I know that we have to close soon.
Like
But
very
those
soon
are
because
the very soon. Those are the things that we want you to take away with this Valentine's Day. And if you want to look on your astrological chart, or you want to pull a card and see, put your intention out there and see what's out there when you pull a card, or what's the energy that you're currently running. If you want to know how you like to receive love, your
yeah,
love language. I want to make
yeah,
astrology and tarot our new love languages, honestly.
yes,
If you
I
want
love
to,
it.
look at your own Venus sign and say, what is the type of love that I love to give and to receive? For Halakyu,
Mhm.
Venus is in Gemini. She loves a good word, whisper in her ear, honey, like, and make it smart. Don't make it stupid. But then
Oh my God, yes, because we'll get the ick. We talked about the ick yesterday.
we
Yeah, don't
talked
want to get
about
the
the ick,
we
right?
don't want to
Don't
get
want
the
to get
ick.
that. Yes.
Mhm.
And my Venus is in Virgo, which means I love acts of service. And honestly, I will do anything with some good acts of service, right? So let's just use this Venus conjunct Mars, conjunct Pluto energy that we're going on right now to open up to new types of love, because it's all
Mhm.
Aquarian. All right,
Ah,
everyone. Thanks so much for
we
joining
love
us
y'all so
today.
much. Thank you. And listen to the
Mm,
episode, download it, any place that you listen to podcasts. We have a new Patreon community coming for you, a new Discord server. We love y'all.
we love you. Thank you.
Bye, guys. Bye.